So now with CP3, as you can see, CP3 is one of those guys. He is probably the true point guard in the game. His passing ability, his vision, and for his height, a lot of guys that are point guards, they're a lot of, they're a lot tall. They're like 6'2" or 6'3". He's 6'1". I mean, he is taller than me, so like I can't say that he's not tall. He is taller than me. I'm like 5'7". But yeah, CP3 is one of those guys that he is true point guard for his size and what he can do on the court. The one thing, so what I want to say is that this trade I think it's a good trade. I mean, I think what the Thunder is getting like Ricky Rubio, Kelly Oubre, and a 20. I think that's great because the OKC is getting a rebuild. So I think that's good for them. With the Suns, this is also a big trade because now CP3 is going to be going to a young Suns team with Devin Booker, with DeAndre Ayton, which is that is going to be something to watch. And in case people don't know, is that in that bubble, the Suns were undefeated. They were undefeated, and Devin Booker is no scrub. Okay, he is no scrub. To me, he's underrated. He's like 24 years old. And this brother, and people forgot he dropped 70 in a game. He is the real deal, and I don't think he gets the credit for it. And that's how I feel about them. But overall, my thing is with Chris Paul is that I personally did not want him to get traded to Phoenix, and I understand why this trade happened. He's trying to get this team he will probably get this team to the playoffs, because I think that's what's gonna happen. But I think what it is that, or how I feel about it, is that I want Chris Paul, and many of you who are Chris Paul fans or like to see people win, Chris Paul, to me, deserves a championship. He's a Hall of Famer. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. But I think what's missing in his career is a championship. And I think he's 35 years old. My personal opinion, I wish he was on a championship team. Like, not trying to brag, I wish he was a Laker, but he played with LeBron. But I just believe in his career. I think he's done so much, and I really want to see him go out on top. And people throughout the years have said so many things. Chris Paul's not a good player, he's not a good teammate, he's this. But you gotta look at reality. I mean, he was with the Clippers. He made the Clippers. He was on the Clippers. He helped Blake Griffin. He helped DeAndre Jordan. He helped that team went to the playoffs multiple times. He was with Houston. He played with James Harden, and they went to the conference finals. Chris Paul, in my opinion, people can say all they want about Chris Paul, but Chris Paul is no joke. And last year he even showed that himself too, because he went to Oklahoma City Thunder. A lot of people thought they had no chance about even making the playoffs. What does he do? They get to the 5th seed. They were leading in the 3rd seed in the beginning, and then they got to the 5th. I think they were 5th. Yeah, they were in the 5th seed. And they played Houston in the first round, which was ironic. But he took that young Oklahoma City Thunder team to a playoffs, which nobody expected them. I mean, they made the playoffs before with Russell Westbrook, but it's different because a lot of people were written off Chris Paul. They didn't think he was good. They didn't think that his career was over, and he proved that, and he got them to a top seed in the West. And I think with him being in Phoenix, I think that's a team to watch. They have young talent. Like I said before, I think him playing with Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton, I think that is a good fit. I think it's going to work. Then again, they're not a team that's going to win a championship. And I personally really want Chris Paul to win. He's only 35. I mean, he's still got a couple years, in my opinion, to do that. But, if everybody, like I said, I think what the most important thing is Chris Paul, he is the truth, and I think that's a team to watch. So watch him and continue to see what he's gonna do. Now, the second thing I want to talk to you about, and obviously I gotta talk about this trade because I'm a Lakers fan and I'm wearing a Lakers hat. So about the Dennis Schroeder trade, which Dennis Schroeder was traded from Oklahoma City he was in Oklahoma, and now he's going to the Lakers with Danny Green, and also I think was a first round pick. I I like the trade. I mean, Dennis Schroeder is he's a young guy. He's 27. 27 years old. He's still upcoming. He was a six man behind Chris Paul, the second on a six man behind Chris Paul on Oklahoma City Thunder. And I think the trade, Danny Green, and no disrespect to Danny Green, man. I think Danny Green's a great player. I mean, I think he's a good guy. I mean, he can shoot that three. But he's a two-time. He might be three-time. I gotta double check that, but I know for a fact he's a two-time champion with the Raptors and with the Lakers now. So I think Danny Green, I send him the best of his luck. Let him go to Oklahoma City Thunder. But now, my thing is with Dennis Schroeder. I think he will fit the system. He can shoot. He's a young talent, and I think that will benefit for the Lakers. But clearly, the Lakers still have moves to make, which that's gonna be another story for another day.